So I just want to make a couple comments about Briana Boston. Free Briana Boston. This is so ridiculous. She has a $100,000 bail bond. The judge says because it's the status of the country, due to the status of this country right now, Michelle O. Pinkett. So this judge, Michelle O. Pinkett, says she's going to get a $100,000 bail bond, and she's going to put an ankle monitor. So if you pay the bail bond, then you're going to have to pay for the GPS ankle monitor too. And what was her, awful, what was her felony, right? What was this, murder, rape, or what was this? Was it mass slaughter of children? Did she get run over like Desire Poole? Desire Poole got ran over by a police officer, and that cop still has a job. Sonia Massey got shot in the face. Brandon Durham got shot the fuck up. Uzziah Shell, Dellie Jackson. Jordan Neely got choked. Uzziah Shell, Dellie Jackson were violence interrupters. So what exactly did Briana Boston do? Well, I don't know exactly what she was asking her health insurance company for. I don't know exactly what she was asking, but it's BlueCross and BlueShield, and she had asked, let's just say an aspirin, right? So she had a headache, she wanted an aspirin, and they were going to deny her claim, and so she says, delay, deny, depose, you people are next. End of quote. So what did, I want to know the whole story. We're still not being told the whole story, right? What was the claim? What was she asking for? What was her ailment? Because if all she had was a damn headache and an aspirin, and now she's going to go to fucking jail and have an ankle monitor, she's going to be a felon. She is actually a very super smart person. She's like a nuclear physicist. She's got, not only does she have a perfect record, no criminal history, no convictions, she's never been charged a day in her life. So, you could let's look at this, threat. There is a small implied threat there. You people are next, but it's not specific. It's not saying she's going to do A, B, and C. It's not saying she's going to do it. To me, it sounds like she's saying karma's going to do it. You keep fucking people like this, you fuck people, and that's exactly what she said later on. She says that insurance companies are evil. They play games with people's lives, and, when it comes to karma, these evil people, will get their comeuppance. So, I want to make a couple comments about this. They're trying to say it's a copycat, right? Because saying things is the same thing as getting on a city bike and flying out to fucking New York City, stalking a guy, going to an investor meeting. That's saying something over the phone. It's basically the same thing, right? This is the next Luigi Mangione. $100,000. There's rapists that get thrown in jail that have a lesser bail bond, $75,000 if you rape somebody. There's so many damn things. People have stalkers. There's a Mrs. Burbank said that she had somebody that was stalking her. Cops didn't do shit. I read this author saying how she gets rape and death threats all the time. She gets rape and death threats all the time, and nobody did a damn thing about it. She one time contacted the police, and they didn't do shit. I also read that she's 135 pounds. 135 pounds. This is what we're afraid of. 135-pound-year-old, 42-year-old Florida woman. Doesn't Florida have enough fucking craziness? Jesus Christ, this is priority number one. This is so stupid. I want to mention a couple things. Josh Johnson. I got details about Briana Boston. Free Briana Boston. This is such bullshit. I mean, you could have, nobody's looking at what was she asking for, and she was being denied the claim. Is that consistent with the bylaws? Is that consistent with the corporate fucking policy of BlueCross and BlueShield? Because if you are, let's say it's something big. Let's say she was asking for insulin because of diabetes for her kid. And so when the insurance company says, no, we don't have money for your insulin, well, how is that not fighting words? How's that not fighting words? I paid all this fucking money for the goddamn insurance, and you got a fiduciary, right? So you're legally obligated to deny people's claims to make money for the stockholders. This is such an insult to the intelligence of the American people. It's such a fucking insult. Because if you go into Canada, you go into the hospital, you need some insulin for your child, you get the insulin. You're a citizen, okay, prove that you're a citizen, okay, it's paid for. Because a lot of countries, especially European, a lot of fucking countries, even like countries that you wouldn't even think are, have universal health care. You walk into, because life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, they figured out, okay, we're going to give free education because we don't want a bunch of stupid people. We're going to have free health insurance because that's good for the businesses, good for the employees, that's good for everybody. It's good for everybody. This shit doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Josh Johnson, so I'll get into some more specifics, but Josh Johnson, he had a couple jokes about Luigi Mangione. He was talking about how he was happy that Luigi wasn't a black person because Josh Johnson is a black person, so he didn't want it to reflect upon him like, you know, black people are just doing these terrible things. So he said when he saw those white hands, he was very happy. He saw the, you know, in the mask, he saw that it was a white face, white hands. He was real happy about it. And then the media had said that it was a light-skinned person. He was like, no, you're not going to say light skin. Light skin is like a black person that has, you know, that's light complected, but he's, you know, a black person, right? Josh Johnson had said, you know what never happens with black people? Black people never see a suspect shoot somebody and then the next day they do a look-alike contest. They dress just like the suspect of a major crime, because that's what a lot of people in New York City were doing. They were dressed up, doing a look-alike contest. If you just did a, you know, major shooting and you're on the run and you go to McDonald's, why wouldn't you get that shit to go? Why would you sit in eating your damn hash brown? The other joke is that you want my care? You want me to give a damn? You want my care? Well, you're not pre-approved. You got that pre-existing condition of acute lead poisoning. You didn't get prior approval. You got that pre-existing condition, and you want my care? No, that claim is denied. You're not getting my care. You're not getting my care. So Briana Boston, this had happened in Lakeland, Florida. So she's going to have to pay for the ankle monitor, $100,000. She's actually, I think she already got a bail bond, $10,000, so she's out. But the legal situation is the exact same. I still want to know, was it an aspirin? Was it insulin? What the fuck did she ask for? Because that is some bullshit. You need some insulin, so it's like, you know, I've seen this one dumb thing. So the kid had a finger cut off, and the woman wasn't going to take the kid to the hospital because of liability reasons. Why wouldn't you be liable for just standing around when a kid chopped his fucking finger off on your property? This is at a damn business in Fort Garland. His finger got chopped off. They were standing around, and she didn't want to take him to the hospital because she didn't understand, you know, liability fucking. I feel like every second that finger was detached is a second that finger is going to be dead. That finger won't be reattached, and those cells won't regenerate every single second that goes by, every minute, every hour that goes by. And so if you have a cut finger and you're on the insurance company and you're trying to figure out if it's covered, and then it goes to the claims adjuster and it goes up the thing and the committee and this person and that person, and then eventually they come back and they say, well, sorry about your luck. How is that not fighting words? Chaplinsky decision says if you call a police officer a fascist, well, that's fighting words. So there, you know, in some respects I can understand the concept of fighting words, right? So I have a child, he just has his finger is cut off, and I call my insurance company and they say, no, we're not going to cover that. I pay you thousands of fucking dollars. I pay the premium and shit. There's a goddamn motherfucking, what's that, deductible. So you got to pay, you know, you got to pay the first fucking $10,000 of the insurance. You're paying $1,000 every fucking month. People are not rich. People are not rich. And then when it comes to United, when it comes to a lot of these, I don't know how big BlueCross and BlueShield, that's who she had called. But Aetna and fucking, you know, there's a lot of companies, I don't even know when you look at the top 100 economies of the world, 75 of them are corporations. So that means corporations, big-ass corporations, are bigger than most of the countries of the world. So just to give you a couple examples, Walmart, right? Everybody knows Walmart, but do you know Sinopec? What about State Grid? What about the China National Petroleum? So Walmart, Sinopec, State Grid, and China National Petroleum, those four corporations are bigger than Russia. They're bigger than Korea. They're bigger than Sweden. They're bigger than Belgium. They're bigger than India. They're bigger than India. India's got over 1 billion people, but Walmart, Sinopec, State Grid, and China National Petroleum, their economies are bigger than Russia, Korea, Sweden, India, and Belgium. And then when it comes to the Healthcare United group, they're like number 39. So they're, not as big as India, but Healthcare United number 39 is bigger than Chile, Bolivia, Argentina, Finland, Egypt, Turkey, Denmark, Austria, Greece, Colombia, Poland, Israel, Ireland, Portugal. So that's amazing. Hey, where are you going to go for your vacation this year? I'm going to go to United Healthcare. I'm going to go to and then healthcare. It's insurance, motherfucker. It's not a healthcare system. It's an insurance system. But that's amazing. That's amazing to me. A $500 billion company, this $500 billion company is bigger than Bolivia, Argentina, Poland, Greece, Austria, Denmark, Finland. They're bigger than Finland. So when people think about the countries of the world, you should add the corporations to this. You should add the corporation, the HQs and all their little dots. Because in some respects, you got like, the empire's got like 1,000 different military bases. So to sit there and think that this is the country and that's the country and that's the country. No, the countries are United Healthcare, Walmart, Sinopec, State Grid, China National Petroleum. Those 75 of the top 100 economies. So it's also the thing that they charged Briana Boston with. She's 42 years old, Lakeland, Florida, right? Like they don't have enough insanity in fucking Florida. Like they need this. Like Florida needs something like this. They charged her with the felony of a written threat. You wrote down a threat. You wrote down a threat that you were going to do some mass shooting or some kind of terrorism. She verbally said the thing, so that the damn charge doesn't even stick. The definition doesn't even make sense. I think Briana Boston should totally take this to a fucking jury trial. This is some bullshit. There's a thing that just happened in Kentucky where the guy was in a grand jury. So his house is on fire. The cops show up. And they tell the guy to come outside, and they go, well, what's going on? He goes, oh, there's a fire, and they want to question him. And then he's like, no, I got to put out the fire. And then the cops try to manhandle him, and he gets away from them to put the fire out. Well, the grand jury, instead of indicting that man for resisting arrest or whatever, hey, the fire department's on its way. Yeah, you want me to wait 10 minutes while my fucking house burns down, you fucking piece of shit? Fires could take a house like that. I got to put this fire out right now, right then and there. And so instead of the grand jury indicting the man who the cops wanted to indict, instead they indicted the cops. That's fucking brilliant, man. That's incredible. So you guys got some, there's another thing in Perry County, in Hazard. The guy confronts the police chief asking for some personnel files. And then while he's asking for the personnel files, they arrest him. The city manager goes ahead and fires the police chief. We are seeing justice. We're seeing justice in this world. So this is exciting. But now you have Briana Boston. She's looking at 15 years in prison. 15 years in prison for saying a verbal, not written felony, not a specific karma is going to happen. Watch out, because karma's going to get you. If I'm like a wicked fucking CEO denying healthcare and somebody says, you better watch yourself because karma's going to come after you. Like I said, that author, she gets rape and death threats all the fucking time. I remember at Ruby Tuesdays, that guy got pissed off about something. I dropped the pan or something. He's like, man, I'm going to kill you. So that's what managers are fucking saying to their employees. And then authors are getting these fucking rape and death threats and shit. So, people just don't understand regular people's fucking problems and shit. She asked for some health care. She's also a healthcare worker. So not only is she a genius, not only is she super educated, she's got nuclear medicine. She's got animal science and nuclear medicine. So she's got like a PhD in this shit. She works in the healthcare industry. She actually does the healthcare part of, not the insurance shit, but she works at a hospital. She works at a clinic. So she's actually the one that's giving care. So that means she's one of the good people in the healthcare industry. And therefore, she would actually know how these insurance fucking assholes are. So she's part of the damn industry. You had that other guy, there was a president of some company, Anderson fucking Express, Rapid Advanced Manufacturing. Our exceptional team provides solutions for the most challenging of problems. We're a tier 1 supplier to the automotive, military, and power generation industries. All I see is like all these different like pieces of metal with holes in it and shit. So Anderson Express, apparently this is a president of some company in Michigan, Muskegon, Michigan, and the guy gets stabbed, right? So this is like, they're saying it's 2 copycats to that Mangione, Luigi Mangione thing. So they say she wasn't specific, and also, you know, she doesn't have the capacity. She doesn't even have any guns. She doesn't even have any weapons. You know, like she's going to fucking go to BlueCross and BlueShield. Where is the headquarters of BlueCross and BlueShield at? I mean, these motherfuckers are ridiculous. BlueCross, BlueShield, HQ. She's in Florida. The HQ is in Chicago, Illinois. So you think that she's going to fucking fly to Chicago, wait for the fucking investor thing, and shut the fuck up, man. You know, you could try to say that there is a crime there. You slap her on the wrist, and then you tell her to go home and get back with her fucking life. Instead, they've kidnapped her, putting felony charges on her. Now she's going to have to go hearing after hearing. She's going to have a felony charge. She's going to lose her job. This is one of the good people. One of the good people in the hospital. One of the good people in the clinics. The people that actually give us service. The people that, you know, empathize and give a damn. And give us the medicine and the bandages that we're supposed to have. This is fucking bullshit. This country has perpetual institutional problems. Capitalism can't solve poverty. It can't solve pollution, war, nor homelessness. And it's not solving health. Health is life. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. People are such sick motherfuckers in this country. Iceland said she would never come to live in this country because we don't care about our neighbor's health. We don't give a damn, right? Oh, what? You just got cancer and then you went bankrupt? Oh, well, sucks to be you. Can I buy your fucking property now? Now I can take your fucking house, right? Who gives a shit? So this United Corporation, these so-called insurance these insurance groups, right? This so-called healthcare system, these motherfuckers, they're bigger than a country. They're bigger than a fucking country. Bigger than Finland. Bigger than Austria. Walmart and State Grid and China National Petroleum and Sinopec is bigger than India. Bigger than these corporations. When you think about the world, don't think of 200 countries. Think about 500 countries, 2 of them being the old nation states, and then 300 of them being privatized, hierarchical corporations. I think it's even more fucked up when you think about how people say you're legally obligated to make money for the stockholders. So you're legally obligated to deny your fucking claims, to deny people their fucking health insurance. You're legally obligated. The selective outrage on all this stuff is ridiculous. Desire Poole gets ran over. Sonia Massey gets shot in the face. Fucking Brandon Durham gets shot up. He's the one that called the police. He called the fucking police. And then you had Jordan Neely gets fucking choked to death, right? People think this guy's a fucking hero. Donald even said, you know, about Liz Cheney, that he was going to put her in front of the fucking, you know, have her go in the front lines, you know, have her in front of a bunch of fucking people shooting guns. So people are saying a bunch of crazy shit. If somebody threatens somebody else and there's intent there, I don't think it's a good thing. I think that is a line, that's a good line for free speech. A good red line, right? We have the right to express ourselves, the right to talk. But this is a, you know, a slap on the wrist. This is a misdemeanor or a petty offense. This is just a petty offense. You know, this ain't Detroit. This is motherfucking Hamburger Hill. It's a sausage fucking factory. It's a rocket docket fucking slaughterhouse. The machine, you can tell that the ruling class are afraid. The ruling class are afraid of a revolution. They're afraid of an uprising. They're afraid that the whole damn apple cart is going to be overturned. You can see how pissed off they are. This minor fucking incident, they're fucking turning this minor little fucking nothing, this molehill, into a mountain. The machine is fucking scared. And the machine can't fix institutional problems. Poverty, pollution, war, homelessness, and medical care. Capitalism doesn't give. There's some things capitalism shouldn't be around. Oh, we need, you know, there's prison industrial complexes that'll sue the state because they didn't fill enough beds. They need to make money for their corporate fucking shareholders, so they're going to make sure they sue the state, so they arrest more people and get more heads and beds, so we're going to spend a bunch of fucking money for prisons but not for the health care, not for clinics. The Black Panthers, they were going ahead and making, what did that guy say? Heighten the contradictions. They had a breakfast program. They opened up a clinic. They had a hospital complex. The Black Panthers, back in the 60s, why are they doing a breakfast program, so they can teach about socialism? Why did they have a clinic, to help the people to teach about socialism, but also to heighten the contradictions? Look at this. Black Panthers are actually helping the people. How come this fucking capitalist goddamn democracy can't fucking help the people? How come this capitalist democracy can't provide breakfast? How come this capitalist democracy can't give us health care? She's educated. Nuclear medicine. She works in the healthcare industry. That guy that stabs the president, right, of this fucking Anderson fucking Enterprises, Anderson Express Incorporated, they're going to give him a $500,000 bond. And it's a stabbing. It's an actual violent assault. So I can understand that. But they also threw eluding a police officer, right? Because really that's the biggest fucking crime, right? I know you hurt that guy. But hey, why did you run from us? You threatened my life. I didn't want to chase you. The rich and powerful are scared. The rich and powerful are shaking in their fucking panties. You had that judge that says, well, due to the status of our country, I'm going to give you a $100,000 bond. The status of your country? What the fuck? You're making it worse, you motherfucker. You're showing exactly what the fuck is wrong with this fucking country. Somebody got accused. Somebody said something to somebody, some higher up, some powerful person. The rule of law says you're not allowed to say anything about any. So if that's a crime, then that means that author that's getting rape and death threats those people need to fucking get. Donald, he says he's going to put her on the front lines, have bullets fucking shooting around her, right? So he needs to be fucking arrested. They're fucking hypocrites. And they know it. They know that they have no soul. They know they don't have a goddamn conscience. So because some fucking CEO got shot in New York City, the whole damn fucking ruling class, the rich and powerful, this whole fucking country is getting shit in their pants. It's an insurance system. It's not a healthcare system. The selective outrage is disgusting. Oh, you're outraged, huh? This is a person too. How come all these, regular people that get gunned down, that turns into cold cases? They weren't fucking Cowboy Hopkins. Whereas a lot of fucking people get hurt, and nobody seems to give a damn at all. Well, there's a homeless guy too. The rich and powerful are scared. They're scared. Sammy Taylor's like, hey, she's not a child. Briana Boston isn't a child, She apologized for she gets a slap on the fucking wrist. She shows remorse. She's actually showed more humanity than what most motherfuckers do, whether or not they're the criminals and part of the system. The people that get fucking charged with shit, they say, well, he hasn't even showed remorse. Susan Smith just, I love those boys. I love those boys. The boys that she drowned, right? They showed no remorse. They don't give a shit. They're not sincere. So the claims adjuster, right? We're going to fucking go after the claims adjuster. We're going to go after the fucking... They're afraid of uprising. The Black Panthers could provide health care. The Black Panthers could provide breakfasts. Is that why they got taken out? They say that she's in maximum custody. Maximum? You don't think that's a little too fucking much? So insurance companies, they do play games. Everybody deserves karma. You go do good people, you do good to others, then good should come back. You go around doing evil to others, then evil should come back. That's just common sense. That's eye for an eye, stripe for a stripe. That's, you treat others the way you want to be treated. And she had 2 denied claims. Was her child had her fucking finger cut off? Did she need some insulin? Did she just want a fucking aspirin? She wanted an aspirin, and you motherfuckers said, no, her fucking life doesn't fucking matter. And she goes, fuck you, my life does fucking matter. And because she says, fuck you, my life does fucking matter, that's the crime. But the first thing isn't the crime, right? What provokes it, that's not the fucking crime. People have got all this shit backwards. You want me to give a fuck about, Brian Thompson or the fucking Anderson Express Incorporation? You want me to give a fuck about BlueCross and BlueShield? Then you give a fuck about Desire Pool. You give a fuck about Jordan Neely. You give a fuck about Daley Jackson, Uzziah Shell, Brandon Durham, and Sonia Massey. When you give a fuck about the Palestinian people, when you give a fuck about the homeless, when you give a fuck about the sick, the lepers, when you give a fuck about we the people, then I'll give a damn about, the ruling class. The same ruling class that gets us stuck in the wars. The same ruling class that fucking goes to Epstein Island. The same fucking ruling class that ignores all these institutional problems that just carry on and on and on. Poverty, pollution, war, homelessness. Capitalism can't solve healthcare because they got to make a fucking buck. They got to make a buck. We spend more on healthcare and we get less fucking outcomes. Does that make common sense? That's not smart. It's not common sense. But who's running this show? Who's running this shit show? Who's running this pony, this song and dance fucking pony, dog and pony show? It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I want to know exactly what she was asking for. I'd like the people to get the story. Get the actual story. She asked for an aspirin. Was she asking for, a goddamn MRI because she stubbed her toe? Was she asking for $1 million fucking thing? Well, that's different then, isn't it? But if it's all she's asking for is an aspirin, it's something small, or she's asking for her insulin, which is necessary for her life, then she's absolutely in the right. She's absolutely in the right. Her life does fucking matter. Her life does fucking matter. And now you're trying to sit there and try to say that her life doesn't fucking matter? Get the fuck out of here, man.